begins. Erik Moralez says that he watched tapes of Manny Pacquiao's fight with Juan Manuel Marquez last year 8 different times. Let's see if that's properly prepared him for the speed and left-hand power of Pacquiao, which have been devastating and shocking to many opponents in the first round. For his part, Pacquiao's trainer Freddie Roach says he's been too left-hand dominant. To beat Morales, he'll have to use his lead hand, his right hand, more and better. Pacquiao gets in the first little punch of the fight, a quick jab.
Yeah, well, Morales, if he watched the fights with Manuel Marquez, he knows that his best out is to take Pacquiao in that deep water, because he came out and blew Marquez away right away, but Marquez was able to bring himself back into the fight in the late rounds, and that's where Erik is looking to do more than likely.
Clearly, Pacquiao has respect for Morales, whom he has not assaulted as freely and openly as he did Marquez and Barrera in the opening seconds of the fight. And Morales starts out with a right hand to the body that just missed. Pacquiao got that left hand in down the chute, but nowhere near the same shocking power that he demonstrated against Marquez. Pacquiao trying to get to the body. Morales pushes him back. Both fighters focusing on the body early, but now Pacquiao lands his left hand twice. And again, and the blinding speed of Pacquiao's apparent, and Morales chases him across the ring and says, let's fight, and fires a right hand to the body after landing 2 upstairs.
One thing about it, Morales ain't scared and he's here to fight.
Like so many great fighters, if you come close to hurting Erik Morales, he's coming right at you. He wants to come back right away. Another hard left hand, partially blocked, but doing damage anyway. Morales very wary about Pacquiao's left-hand power.
Pacquiao doing some good work to the body, which we haven't always seen him do.
And he lands a right hand upstairs. Morales is hurt.
His body's hurt. He hurt Morales' body really bad.
So the power is showing up as Morales wobbles away and then turns around and fires a combination to pin Pacquiao back against the ropes. And already in round 1, we see the seesaw action that everybody anticipated.
Talk about living up to expectations.
You do it well, get him with an uppercut.
Our interpreter here is Ray Torres.
Come on, deep breath. Don't take him to the middle of the ring. Leave him. I don't want you on the ropes. What to your left?
Here you see Pacquiao on the attack with that big left hand coming at Morales. He landed a left hand, a right hook. And as soon as he stops, Morales tells him to come on, and Morales brings it back to him and lands his right hand of his own and 2 jabs, and he continues to drive him backwards.
Total in round 1, Morales 17 out of 48, Pacquiao 19 out of 83. So Pacquiao throwing more freely, Morales a little bit more self-protective, but nevertheless able to pick his spots and do almost as much damage as Manny did. Another left hand lands for Pacquiao. The speed is still there.
Morales looks like he's virtually conceded that he's in with the quicker fighter, and he wants to counterpunch, except when he can get him on the ropes. Now he takes the lead.
And Morales lands upstairs after having focused mostly the body up to that point. Pacquiao holds his hands out as if to say, you can't hurt me. Two hard right hand jabs for Manny Pacquiao. His promoters and publicists have been trumpeting a weapon called Manila Ice, and it becomes clear that Manila Ice is supposed to be the right hand. Maybe a hook, maybe an uppercut, we'll see. It's the left hand that opponents worry about.
That was a good right hand body shot by Erik Moralес.
And a great right hand counter upstairs as Pacquiao dropped his hands.
Yeah, if Morales fights this fight like this, he's going to be okay, just has to not get caught with the big punches.
Morales is disciplining himself to keep his activity level down, try to limit Pacquiao's chances, and keep it a boxing match rather than an all-out war.
And that was a big left hand by Pacquiao.
But that was a good right-hand body shot by Morales that drove him back.
The only thing I don't like about Morales here is he's fighting a big guy's pace, and that's a tough pace to fight against Pacquiao, but if he can survive, then he'll be okay because he won't tire as quick as Pacquiao will. Especially if he keeps landing that right to the body like he's doing.
And Morales starting to put the straight right hand into play more often. It becomes apparent early on that part of Morales' strategy is to funnel the straight right hand to the body and look for opportunities to counter upstairs.
And to not get himself in harm's way of Pacquiao's straight left hand.
Take him in the deep water like that. Like
just took the left hand there, and it drove Morales back into the ropes. Good right hand uppercut by Morales. Saw his chance and took it.
Morales is, in a sense, trying to impose his size on Pacquiao.
I think he's doing it too.
Guy.
Good hard right hand by Morales. Pacquiao comes on with the left. And Manny grinning wildly as he goes back to the corner at the end of two. But unlike both Marco Antonio Barrera and Juan Manuel Marquez, Morales has gotten through the storm of the first two rounds without tasting the canvas.
All right, Manny. Now here. You stand up the uppercut perfect. Let's go with that uppercut behind the jab for me, okay, son? All right, look for that right uppercut behind the son. All right. All right? Now here. Here. After the combinations, you can't stand in front of this guy. You've got to use your feet. All right? Use your speed. Okay? Deep breath. Gasoline.
Taas ang kamay. Gamitin. Paspas ha. Mabilis tayo, mabilis.
CompuBox numbers in the second round. Morales 16 out of 56. Pacquiao 9 out of 60. So Manny Pacquiao not able to land as frequently in round two as was the case in round one, at least according to CompuBox. Morales comes out in the same position, bobbing back and forth from right to left. And for a guy who has seldom gone backward in his whole career, Morales is playing the role of the counterpuncher here. He didn't just watch that Marquez film, he has adopted it.
You're exactly right, and this is what you want to see on a fighter like Morales.
Very smart.
And I think he's trying to get the fight into the late rounds where he feels that Pacquiao may run out of some steam.
He may also be trying to drain some of Pacquiao's confidence by giving him the same picture Marquez gave him during those last 7 or 8 rounds when Marquez was dominant.
And that's what it looks like he's doing, but right there he has to be careful not to get caught with the big punches while he's doing this.
Pacquiao twice to the body. Joe Cortez says, keep your heads apart.
Good straight right lead by Morales.
Drove Pacquiao back. Now he lands the left too. Hard right hand coming up underneath by Pacquiao. And a left hand to the body. But Erik Morales has taken 36 rounds worth of body shots from Marco Antonio Barrera. He's been in with some of the best in that regard. Pacquiao getting back up on his feet and using his speed a little more. That's what Freddie Roach told him to do.
Well, they say the way to try to control quick hands is with a jab. Morales hasn't used it that often.
Morales is picking his spots. He's slowing the pace, And he's starting to land very accurately with his left hand on Pacquiao's face.
That was a good jab, a good right hand, a good left hook by Morales.
It's going to make it very hard for Pacquiao to get off if Morales can put him on the defensive from this kind of fighting style. Now Pacquiao lands and drives Morales into the corner. And Erik is just avoiding the big stuff and allowing Pacquiao to tap him to the body.
You want to make him work and get him tired.
A very smart fight by Erik Morales so far. And he bangs Pacquiao with two right hands. And Manny tries to fire away, and Erik still picks his spots and lands accurately.
And Manny just landed that ice, but it didn't do nothing to Erik.
Yeah, Erik has an iron jaw and has had all of his career.
Took a hard left hand, landed a body shot, and another right hand upstairs. Crowd is getting very excited.
And Pacquiao's getting very tired. The pressure of this big fight is getting to him.
This is a brilliant round for Erik Morales, who has given Pacquiao a whole new look and made it work.
What are you looking for? What are you looking for? We got the water here. That's it. Deep breaths. You're doing fine. It's okay. Everything you're doing is fine.
Okay? You pay attention. After the combinations, you pay attention. You gotta move your head. Yeah. All right? Right. Manny, do not take this guy lightly. Don't play with him. When you hurt him on the ropes here, you take advantage of him, okay? All right? Yeah. Deep breath.
Seconds out, guys.
Deep breath. One more. Okay.
A note of concern in Freddie Roach's voice as he says, hey, you're not supposed to take this guy lightly. How could you take Erik Morales lightly? That's not possible.
Well, what I think he's saying is that you're not supposed to go out here and try to run over him like he's a chump, or you're going to wear yourself out and he's still going to have energy left.
In round three, Morales, 23 out of 60. Brilliant tactical round. Pacquiao, 19 out of 84. Morales, 11 out of 33 jabs. Harold, how do you have it so far?
Okay, Jim, 2 rounds to 1, 29-28, Erik Morales. I gave him rounds 2 and 3, Jim. I got to tell you something. If Erik Morales keeps his cool and keeps him on the end of that jab, he seems to be doing very, very well. Beautiful ring generalship. But the minute Manny Pacquiao tears into him, Morales loses everything. He goes totally nuts, and he just starts throwing wildly, and Pacquiao gets the best of him. In any case, 2-1, Morales.
I have it 2-1 for Pacquiao. The third round is a very close round I gave to Pacquiao. But you know, you can't change Morales. He's had a lot of success with the style that he fights in. And this is what he does. He's not going to fight a perfectly disciplined boxer's fight.
Hard left hand by Pacquiao. Morales with a hard right hand coming back. And I think it's clear right now, Manny Pacquiao isn't going to deck Erik Morales with one big shot.
No, he's not. And I'll tell you something else. It's also clear that if Erik Morales continues to go to that with that right hand to the body, it's going to be a long night for Pacquiao.
Now Pacquiao gets more accurate as he pops Morales with short punches from close range.
But he's showing signs of fatigue already, Jim, because he's throwing a lot of punches in this fight already. He's not fighting at the pace he wants to fight. Erik is making him fight a different pace, and he's beating that body. A professional knows how to go up and down, and that's what Erik's doing right now.
And already some of the sting is out of Pacquiao's punches. You're seeing arm punches. You're seeing him push the left hand from time to time. Erik Morales is taking some of the sap out of Manny Pacquiao.
But Pacquiao is still dangerous. He better not get overconfident here, but all the zap is just about gone. His confidence is being bottled because Erik is doing things to him to humiliate him in front of his crowd.
Well, I think that's an overstatement, Roy. You know, it's a long way to go in the fight. I think in part what's going on here is
you ain't never boxed before. You got to know boxing to know this and see what's happening here. You ever boxed before, you know what I'm talking about. And that is not an overstatement.
We can disagree, Roy, without having to pull rank.
Hard left hand by Pacquiao. Again, Morales takes it pretty well.
I just think that we're being caught up a little bit in the expectations that Pacquiao was going to come out and tear into Morales and do some serious damage. That doesn't mean he's still not doing well.
Yeah, he's doing well. I'm not saying he's not doing well, but I'm saying he's in a bad spot right now for him.
We'll see how it all plays out, and that's a great discussion you guys are having. The only thing I'll say about it is I think Morales won the third round, and I think he won the fourth as well. But both guys did damage in that round.
Nice deep breath, son. All right, Manny. You can't wait on this guy. You better back him up with your jab. You right? Let's go. Let's back this guy up. His head movement. Get your hands on. You get his head movement going to him. You hear me? You hear me? Your head movement going to him, son. Huh? Your head movement going to him. Back this guy up, okay? All right. Now here, the body shots are working well. Okay. All right. Come back to the head after the body, okay? Okay. Combinations, don't.
Galaw ang ulo, galaw ang ulo. Ha?
You're getting him from the distance, so keep him out there. In the distance, box him from the distance. Don't let him get close. Be careful with the headbutt. Please give me the distance.
Here you see Morales coming off of the counter with the overhand right, boom, a good right hand, flesh on the jaw of Pacquiao, and Pacquiao showing a good ability to take a punch there, because that was a beautiful punch.
Jabs through round 4, according to CompuBox. Morales 31 out of 103. Pacquiao's thrown more, 123, but he's only landed 5. Interesting, because when we measured their arms from the armpit to the end of the fist, Pacquiao had the longer arms. But it's Morales who's making his jab a factor.
Well, either one of these guys can land a shot that can put the other guy out, like Larry's saying. But Morales is in the best position right now because this is the fight he wants. This is how Marquez came back and did so well against Pacquiao after being almost shut out.
Yeah, what Marquez was able to do was sort of use Pacquiao's relentlessness against him.
And that's what Morales watched, and that's what he's trying to do.
A hard left hand by Pacquiao, right down the pipe. But again, Morales is taking these punches well. Better than most previous Pacquiao opponents. Action fight into the 5th.
As long as Pacquiao can keep the fight in the middle of the ring, his quick hands have the advantage.
Definitely. Good left hook by Morales.
Inside. Pacquiao never saw it coming. There's another left hook he didn't see. There's a right uppercut that landed too. Pacquiao's doing some damage. Morales is landing the higher quality shots
And
because
somebody
he's
is
picking his spots.
Somebody is bleeding.
It's not Morales.
It's Pacquiao who's bleeding from his right eye.
Bad.
Big time. And if that was off a Morales left hook or maybe a headbutt.
All right, time.
Doctor is going to have to look at Pacquiao.
Yeah. I think this can take a punch.
It's hit by a punch.
Indeed, Nevada State Athletic Commission Executive Director Mark Ratner holds up the sign that says this cut was caused by a punch.
Okay. All right, I gotta get that corner. All right.
Pacquiao's clientele obviously worried as this takes a long time to evaluate.
I don't understand why this is taking so much time.
I don't understand why the doctor came in the ring. I thought the guy was supposed to go to the corner and the doctor was supposed to operate over the ring rope.
Exactly, instead of stepping all the way into the ring and walking around. That was very unusual.
Dr. Margaret Goodman, who is the chief medical officer here, is not on this fight.
Pacquiao seems a little bit wary and off stride right now. He's not throwing. And Morales once again getting an opportunity to control, but now Pacquiao comes back and lands a combination. Left hook by Morales again. Sent Pacquiao reeling into the ropes.
That jab right there is going to be a big factor for Morales. If he starts jabbing, it's going to be a hard night for Pacquiao.
And Pacquiao stuffs the left hand right into Morales' mouth, and Erik just looks at it. As if to say, I'm a bigger man. You're fighting at 130. Welcome to my neighborhood. The bud encircles Manny Pacquiao's right eye. As we follow Pacquiao to his corner, the cut man is Lenny De Jesus. Freddie Roach has also been known to work with a cut, but it's De Jesus who's going to reach in.
Calm down. Calm down. Calm down.
Wait.
Don't move. Give me the Vaseline. Vaseline. Give me the Vaseline. What it is. Deep breath, son. All right. Deep breath. All right, now here. You're going to take your key, this guy, okay? All right, back him up, little combination. You heard him.
Right here, we're looking to see what happened. We see Erik throw a left, a right. Bam, that's a headbutt that probably caused the butt. And the hook came out, but I think the headbutt is what caused the gash.
It makes all the sense in the world.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the headbutt definitely
It'll be
is what caused
interesting
the
to see
gash.
if the Nevada State Athletic Commission changes their opinion.
I don't think they'll do that, but
Could affect the fight. Round 5, Morales landed 55% of his power shots, 18 out of 33. Manny Pacquiao is clearly disturbed and thrown off stride in the 5th round by the cut next to his eye. Now they've had a chance to treat it between rounds. Let's see what Pacquiao can do in the 6th.
Morales' ability to take a punch keeps him in his fight. And now we can see if he can control Pacquiao with his jab and occasionally flurry with him on the ropes.
Harold Letterman says to us that if the referee, Joe Cortez, is the one who ruled that the cut was caused by a punch, not a headbutt, that decision can't be changed. Pacquiao clearly feels as though he's going to need a knockout. He's trying to get it now.
yes, he is.
So the excitement doubles as Manny Pacquiao senses that he's in a desperate situation with the cut next to his right eye. The hottest knockout machine in the lower weight classes needs a knockout.
And they're both exchanging some good body shots in here.
Good flurry by Pacquiao. Gets to the body. Morales seems to be taking the round off a little bit.
It seems like he's taking a little break, maybe a little tired, maybe a little windy, or he could be playing possum. You never know about Cherry Blake.
They want to let Pacquiao punch himself out a little bit and then turn things around like this.
You never know about Cherry Blake. He's a smart fighter. He's been doing this for a while. This ain't his first big fight, and this ain't his second or third either.
Born in a boxing gym.
Good jab by Cherry Blake. If he uses that jab, he'd make it a very difficult night for Manny.
Stopping Pacquiao right in his tracks. Every once in a while, Pacquiao races forward and fires the left-hand lead. But as long as they stay at distance in a boxing stance, Erik Morales has the advantage. Bigger and a better jabber.
Good jab.
All right, let him up.
Cherry Blake boxes for a little while, then he tests Pacquiao to see if he finished yet. Then he boxes for a little while, then he tests him again to see if he finished yet.
The vast difference in experience has shown up. Erik Morales is in command of a big fight, the way he has been so many times in his career.
Give me the top.
All right, deep breath, son.
Relax,
Calm down.
easy.
Calm down.
Let him breathe.
Calm down, brother. All right, nice deep breath, son. All right, Manny. 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 Now here.
Just relax.
You cannot wait on this man, okay? The fight is to back him up. All right? You've got to back this guy up with a jab and go in combination, okay? All right. Okay, jab.
The fight has turned more tactical, but the blood adds drama
Time. All right.
to it.
All right, time in.
All right, let's put the drama in context. First of all, Harold, how do you have it through 6?
Okay, Jim, there's a couple of things I want to go over. 58, 56, 4 rounds to 2, Erik Moralес. Number 1, in round 5, you had a long delay while the doctor looked at that card. A good judge will make a note of what happened early in the round so that he doesn't forget. And early in the round, there's no question that Pacquiao was winning. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, under the rules of the Association of Boxing Commissions, only the referee can stop the fight. Only the referee can make the decision whether it's a butt or a punch. If Joe Cortez didn't see that butt, it's a punch. If this fight gets stopped, Morales wins by TKO.
Well, we don't have instant replay, but we should in a case like this.
No, we have it as televisors. We don't have it in our sport.
I have the fight even at 3 rounds apiece.
Pacquiao's coming out a lot stronger this round than he had in the previous 2 rounds, I mean. So he may have found something.
Pacquiao may have determined that he's able to fight with his eye in that shape, and that rekindles some of his will. Gives him the energy that he's shown in the early part of the round here. He's definitely won the first half of this round. Now Morales starts to counter and momentarily wobbles Pacquiao with an inside right hand.
My gosh, they're trading some strong punches too.
All right, come on.
They are trading some very good punches.
Right hand over the top by Morales. Right hands to the body. Pacquiao lands a sizzling left. Pacquiao with a 4-punch combination.
Definitely has the quicker hands.
Let's go. Come on, get up. Break out. Come on, break out.
Great body shot by Morales.
Yeah, that's what he needs to do the whole fight right there.
Get him out. All right, break out. Let's go.
Got one in just under the belt line. Cortez let him have it.
Oh.
Great right hand lead.
Oh.
Wobbles Pacquiao again.
Well, Pacquiao took that punch very good, though.
You know, Morales has never been a big puncher, Roy.
No, that was a good shot.
He just beat you down.
He's a willful guy, that's for sure, as he hammers that right hand down the chute and goes back to the body with a vicious shot that all but doubled Pacquiao over.
Yeah, that had to hurt real bad.
Great left hand by Morales stops Pacquiao in his tracks. Right hand wobbles him again. Morales senses a chance. Pacquiao comes back. Got to be careful about letting your hands go against Pacquiao, but Morales feels strong now. What a brilliant round.
2 brave warriors.
Sit him down.
Okay, Justin, sit down.
Don't talk to him. Let him relax. You know what?
Nice deep breath, son. Calm down. Deep breath, Manny. Come on. It's a good round out there, son. Now here, you gotta go to the body and headshots for me, okay? Yeah.
9 rounds na bad. 9 rounds. Malo.
Come on, wait. Let's get the bucket. Put a lot of water on him. Come on. Give me a towel.
Vaseline, guys. Okay.
Vaseline.
Dalawang mulo.
Okay.
Your head, Brad.
Manny, that's a good round. You back this guy up now. Where's those body shots for me? Huh?
Just relax. Brad, katawan, ha?
Pacquiao landed a good under and over shot here with his left hand. Was a beautiful shot against Morales early in the round. But Morales comes back and comes with the straight right hand that has been working beautifully for him all night. Followed by a left and another straight right hand.
Morales is an orchid that grew up in a ghetto. Pacquiao is an orchid that came out of a rice paddy, and they're as tough as weeds.
Now chanting Morales, Morales, Morales. There have been moments when it felt like the whole house was chanting Pacquiao, Pacquiao, Pacquiao. People are standing on their feet in the bleachers, way up in the upper regions of the arena.
Come on. Let's go.
There isn't an empty seat. House is configured to hold 14,000 plus. It's about as wild a crowd as we've seen since the night we spent in a Tijuana bull ring with Erik Moralez against Junior Jones.
I think Morales has answered all the questions about whether he would still be fresh, still be strong after just 4 months from that emotional showdown with Barrera.
He answered those quickly.
In the middle of the week, Morales' Mexican promoter, Fernando Beltran, after listening, oh my goodness, stop the story and cover the action as they trade shots viciously again. At a news conference, Beltran listened to Pacquiao's people talking about how Manny was going to attack Morales and maybe take him out in a round or two. And after about 20 minutes, Beltran had heard enough and stood up and took over the microphone and said, let me tell you something. My man doesn't quit. When Manny Pacquiao got fouled against Agapito Sanchez, he wanted out of the fight. The same thing happened in a draw that Pacquiao got in the Philippines. But Erik Morales won't quit. He'll fight through anything.
Be there till the end. And it's so funny how boxing goes, because right now I'm looking at Erik Morales, and he's almost in a similar situation that Barrera was in when he fought the Prince.
He's using his greater skills and craft to school somebody who was a sensation.
And he's coming in as the underdog to do so.
It is very similar to what Barrera did with, of course, this fight isn't as one-sided as that one was.
By no means.
Pacquiao, let's not give you a moment of inkling that he doesn't have a chance. He's got a good chance. He just hurt Morales with a right hand.
And he's still in the fight in a major way, and he's not giving up here. He's showing something I don't think they ever seen from him in the Philippines.
Caught Morales with a left hand there. Erik's hands are at his waist or below. Great right hand for Morales. And a left hook. Hard right hand for Pacquiao. Another great round.
Two brave warriors.
Sit him down. Okay, Justin, sit down.
Don't talk to him. Let him relax.
You know what?
Nice deep breath, son. Calm down. Deep breath, Manny. Come on. It's a good round out there, son. Now here, you gotta go to the body and head shots for me, okay?
Yeah. 9 rounds na ba? 9 rounds.
Come on. At the distance, without letting up. No pulsing. Deep breath. Come on, let's take a deep breath. Throw the 1, 2, 3. And don't let him. The right hand is what you need to do. Use the right hand.
I want to bring something up here, Jim. It was a dispute over the gloves before this fight. Morales, considered the puncher, has always used Reyes, a puncher's gloves in America. But his promoter allowed to be written into the contract that he would use a different type of glove called winner's gloves, which is not considered a puncher's gloves, the glove favored by Morales. Nobody can say how that affects this fight, whether that diminishes Pacquiao's power or not, but it's something that has to be pointed out.
I just got one question. Why wouldn't Manny Pacquiao want to wear a puncher's glove?
He did want to wear the puncher's glove, but his promoter did not talk to him about it before he signed the contract, agreeing to use the gloves that Morales wanted.
Good stiff jab by Morales.
CompuBox numbers since the headbutt in round 5. Morales 83 out of 208 for 40%. Pacquiao 53 out of 245 for 22%. Only makes sense that Pacquiao, as he becomes a little more desperate, might not land as at high a rate.
I just want to recover that territory. It was Pacquiao who wanted to punch his gloves, which he's always used. Morales didn't. And Pacquiao's promoter was snookered into agreeing to use Morales's gloves in the contract for this fight.
Well, of course, the fascinating reversal there then is that Pacquiao, the Filipino, wanted to wear Mexican gloves, and Morales wound up tricking him into wearing Asian gloves.
When you're taking this many punches and as clean shots as they have been taking and landing tonight, it really doesn't matter. I don't care what kind of gloves they got on. This will be a bloodbath regardless, and it will be just like it's happening right now.
Hard right hand by Pacquiao drove Morales back. Erik Morales is hurt right now. Manny Pacquiao finally got in that big punch he's been looking for.
But does he have the energy to finish it? Because he did land a good shot.
He got another one in there. Another left hand, and now Morales goes forward. Erik Morales can't stand to be hurt. He has to go back at his guy.
That's two true warriors in here.
Oh, stop, stop.
And Pacquiao just doesn't stop.
Pacquiao lands another straight left hand. Morales instantly tries to come back again. This has turned into a good round for Manny Pacquiao, partially because Morales is affording him opportunities.
Let him keep coming first, and he's not going to stop coming.
Now Morales wants his moment. Drives Pacquiao back with a jab and a right hand. Manny takes advantage of the chance to flurry and pops Erik with a right and a left at the end of the round, and Morales wobbles to his corner.
Sit down.
Suddenly, the tenor of the fight changes.
Come on, keep your hands up. Watch your legs. If you stand up to front.
Deep breath. All right. Good job, Manny. Now here, you got to keep backing this guy up, okay? Manny, you push him for 3 minutes, he's gonna fade, okay? He's gonna quit on you. All right? You're in better shape than him. He's higher right now. Let's stay on this guy for me, okay? All right, Manny, you cannot let him come to you. You gotta back him up with your jab and body shots and back to the head, right? Right. Combinations, all right? Yeah. Stay on this guy. Now sit down and a couple hard shots for me. Mouthpiece. Give me a drink.
Chilly night in Las Vegas. The beautiful scene outside the MGM Grand. Inside, not an empty seat in the MGM Grand Garden Arena. We go to the 10th of a scheduled 12 in a fight that may be 5 rounds to 4 either way. Power shots in the 9th round. Pacquiao landed 17, appeared to win the round. And Erik Morales and Manny Pacquiao are headed down the stretch of a classic. Harold, how do you have it to this point?
Okay, Jim, 87, 84, 6 rounds to 3. Erik Morales. Jim, I gotta tell you something. After that cut in round 5, I thought Erik Morales virtually swept the fight until the 9th, which Pacquiao won. Without question, Erik Morales fighting a very smart fight, just like he is now, kept him at the proper distance, and Manny Pacquiao just didn't get inside enough to do enough damage until round 9, which he absolutely won.
I have it 5 rounds to 4 for Morales. I think it could easily be 5 rounds to 4 for Pacquiao.
One thing I think Roach told Pacquiao in the corner that was very smart was that to put the pressure on Morales, because if there are any effects from the Barrero fight, they would show up now that he's fatigued.
Some people thought that Erik Morales was coming back too fast after a big fight with Marco Antonio Barrera, that it was too much too soon. But again, born in a boxing gym, has had an extremely active career, loves to fight, probably less susceptible to that problem than most. They're still trading, and it's going to get hot again down the stretch. What a right hand by Morales. Pacquiao's in trouble. Morales wobbled him with that right. Let's see if Erik can finish his man. Pacquiao with a blistering right. He's got his legs back.
We're in Barrera Morales.
He lost
territory here.
Pacquiao's mouthpiece is out.
Morales better be very careful here. He's trying to get him, but he better be very careful. And Pacquiao is fighting back like a madman.
think it's Pacquiao's mouthpiece.
Yes, Pacquiao's mouthpiece, without a doubt.
Look at Pacquiao strafing Morales with left hands, even while fighting without the mouthpiece. And now Morales gets his shot. Joe Cortez can't find a low.
Time.
Finally, has to call time to create the opportunity to give Pacquiao the mouthpiece. And of course, Morales' fans didn't want that at all.
I don't think Morales minds.
Morales squats in the corner. Fatigue may well be setting in.
Oh, yeah.
May he go is the chant. And incidentally, for his part, Marco Antonio Barrera went on record publicly as saying, I want Erik to win the fight. I root for all Mexican fighters. For his part, Morales said, I don't believe it.
I believe it.
I do too. I think Barrera will be very happy if Morales wins this fight. Good right hand by Erik Morales to punctuate another round in which he was tactically superior.
Sit down, relax. Come on, let him breathe in.
Bend your knee so you got more forward.
Okay.
11th round coming up.
Okay. Deep breath. Give me a ring. Okay, relax.
It's 2 rounds now. Don't get overconfident, but we got it. But keep sticking with that left. Don't let him take a deep breath. Don't let him breathe.
Here you see Pacquiao on the attack, and Morales comes over the top with the overhand right that he continuously comes over to break up everything that Pacquiao is doing. And right here, Pacquiao blew his own mouthpiece out after a missed punch, so that wasn't caused by a punch.
Power shots in round 10. Morales 22 out of 46, doubled Pacquiao, who landed 11 out of 42. If you believe in Harold Letterman's scorecard, then you believe Manny Pacquiao needs a knockout to win. Erik Morales, if he stands up, is going to be the winner if Harold's got it right. And now, in addition to all the bleeding, Pacquiao's right eye has begun to swell shut.
And it's bleeding really, really bad now.
And that could give Morales some great chances with his jab and his left hook.
But it doesn't seem to be bothering Pacquiao because he just shot a beautiful straight left hand out there.
Hey, as a teenager, Manny Pacquiao sold stolen cigarettes on the streets of Manila just to try to survive. So he's been through tougher than this.
Yes, he has.
Morales seems to sense that his job is to stand up. He's still fighting, but he's staying more out of harm's way.
Whoa.
Hard right hand by Morales. Steps into the fray again. Pacquiao pushing Morales off to try to get punching room. Morales is using that jab over and over, sensing that Pacquiao may have trouble seeing with the right eye. Good straight right hand by Morales and a left hand inside by Manny. You know what that means. Blood starts to flow again. More than a minute left in the round.
People may
Great combination by Morales.
People may wonder if...
Oh, good body shot.
If Barrera handled Morales twice and Pacquiao demolished Barrera, why is Morales doing so good against Pacquiao?
Because styles make fights.
In part because styles make fights, in part because he's so big and strong now at this weight that he takes such a good punch that it keeps him in the game.
And in part because he's always fighting Marco Antonio Barrera in some sense or another. And this was his chance tonight to beat a guy who had badly beaten Barrera, which in his view would be a victory over Marco.
All right, bring on. All right, bring on.
Pacquiao is going to need to be more active and more dynamic in the 12th round if he's going to create the knockout he appears to need. And he's exhausted.
Yeah, but he's fighting like a real champion.
Okay.
And so is Morales.
Both guys have been great. Both
right,
great.
Okay, that's it. 1 second.
Water, Justin.
Give me the Vaseline.
Last round.
Go ahead.
Vaseline.
Vaseline both ways.
Hey, this is the last round. You got the fight in the bag. Please don't get overconfident. Be careful. Hey, we got the fight. Nothing's wrong. Everything's fine.
Stay on him for me this time, okay? All right? Let's go to work now. Manny, you got 3 minutes, okay? Hey, Manny, start sitting down with some hard power shots, knock this son of a bitch on his head.
Pinakamalakas mo.
Well, boxing fans, there's bad news and good news. The bad news is there are only 3 minutes left in this one. The good news, they should be unforgettable.
The featherweight division is a gift that keeps giving to boxing, and this is no exception.
Harold Letterman had Morales winning the 11th, further sealing the deal on the notion that if Pacquiao's going to win, he'll need a knockout to do it.
Not out of the question now.
I had it 6 rounds to 5 for Morales.
Pacquiao's never had a knockout after the 10th round, and it's going to be extremely difficult to do it against the taller, extremely resilient Morales. But again, as Roy said, not out of the question. And then, of course, the judges have confounded us before. But in this instance, I think the tactical advantage has been clear enough.
I can't conceive of the judges going against Morales.
He switches southpaw, lands a couple of right hands, puts himself in harm's way, though, against Pacquiao's left hand.
Yeah,
and takes a big one.
I don't know why he would fight Pacquiao
Why in the
southpaw.
world would he switch southpaw?
That seems dumb to me. I don't understand that.
His father told him, don't do anything stupid. Please be cautious. He switched southpaw and got hit by a massive left hand. I think Morales wants to fight.
Yeah, I know he wants to fight.
Oh my gosh. Talk about going into the jaws of the lion.
This is a picture that doesn't need any captions.
Morales is just being stubborn here, won't turn back because he turned, and he's not going to let Pacquiao get the best of him like this, and this is crazy because he's giving the fight away like this, I think.
Guys, there's nothing like boxing, and there are no athletes like fighters.
We can call this March Gladness.
Absolutely. There's nowhere else in sport you'll find greater passion, greater intensity, greater courage, greater commitment, greater sheer guts than what these two guys are showing you. This is boxing at its best. What a fight!
Nobody is going to ask for their money back.
Unbelievable. What a night in Las Vegas. And in your living room.
Do we want to see this one again?
Well, I have a hunch we might. Just a wild hunch. Harold Letterman gives the 12th round to Pacquiao, and clearly Pacquiao deserved the 12th off those massive left-hand shots that Morales set up for him by turning southpaw in the middle of the round.
Yeah, it was crazy when you turn southpaw against a southpaw, he's better at hitting you from the southpaw stance than you are hitting him.
You're opening up your chin.
I wouldn't understand why he do it. Like right here, he throws a jab, he counters the jab with a beautiful overhand left. You can't ask to get hit with a better punch than that. So why would you turn southpaw at a time like that?
That
then
was
he comes
seconds after he
and
turned
beats him
southpaw.
to the punch with a right hook. I mean, you can't outbox a southpaw by turning southpaw this late in the fight.
We go to the scorecards. Paul Smith, Dave Moretti, and Chuck Jampa all have the same score. 115 to 113 to the winner by unanimous decision. De la zona norte, Tijuana, Mexico, Erik, el terrible Morales.
Point one is that replays demonstrated the cut over Pacquiao's eye came from a butt, not a punch. Point two is that Pacquiao's trainer Freddie Roach was outspokenly livid about a deal made by promoter Murad Muhammad which required Manny to wear winning gloves, a softer, more defensive glove, instead of the hard puncher's preferred Reyes gloves. Roach bluntly asserted it cost his fighter the fight. In the wake of Morales' hard-won victory, he began to slip, and Pacquiao won both their second and third fights by violent knockout. Now, in the twilight of his career, Morales tries to make his Tijuana fans cheer once again against Argentine knockout puncher Marcos Maidana, live on HBO pay-per-view April 9. We look forward to having you with us.
This has been a presentation of HBO Sports.